Don't let anyone tell you that you don't have faith. This video is for people who need medical intervention but are being held back because someone has said that if they go ahead and do what they need to do, they do not have faith. I'm going to focus today on the IVF procedure. Many couples who need this medical intervention have heard the same thing time and over again. If you do this, you are working for God. You are working on behalf of God. You are doing it because you don't have faith. But today, I want to highlight the very several points during the IVF procedure where faith is needed. I'm no medical doctor, neither am I a fertility expert, but I speak today as one who has been through the procedure several times. Many of the people who tell you that you don't have faith have no idea what they're talking about. They do not understand the procedure. They do not know what it really entails. The very first thing that happens when a couple goes into the hospital and they are advised to go for IVF is that the couple is being tested. And when the tests are done, medications are given where necessary. The very first point of faith that you need is that your body responds to these medications. And many times, it does not happen that way. And that usually brings the IVF procedure to an end. And then they need to review and start all over again. Tell me that you don't need faith for that. The second point of faith that you need in this procedure, if the medications begin to work. You see, in a normal pregnancy cycle, the woman's body produces follicles, and then at a certain point in the month, each follicle, just one follicle produces an egg. And if that egg is mature, it is released. And then husband and wife come together. And then it implants. And then at that point, pregnancy is confirmed. But you see, in the process of IVF, the woman's body is being stimulated to produce follicles so that she can produce eggs. If her body does not respond to this medication, if she doesn't have enough follicles, that brings the procedure to an end. The next point of faith is that these follicles must produce mature eggs, and if the eggs are not mature, this brings the IVF procedure to an end. And someone says you don't need faith. No. The next point of faith, if she produces mature eggs, listen. The sperm, am I allowed to say these things?
Yes, no.
Okay. If she produces mature eggs, it is time for fertilization. The sperm is being analyzed. Sometimes it's just not okay. There are things wrong with the sperm. Sometimes it's low motility, it's the shape that is wrong. Sometimes it's defragmented and they cannot fertilize the egg. If there is no fertilization, there is no baby. This is another point of faith. There are times when you can even have mature eggs and those eggs do not get fertilized. And someone says that you don't have faith. I disagree. The next point of faith is that when the eggs are fertilized, it becomes an embryo, and they are then transferred into the woman's body. The embryo burrows into the womb of the woman and implants. The process of implantation is called conception. If this does not happen, the process of IVF fails. This is when you see that expensive period and someone says you don't have faith. Please, I beg you, don't let anyone tell you that you don't have faith. And so in all of this, through all of the procedures, through the injections, through the medications. It takes God still. It takes God. For that baby to stick, it takes God. And so I want to encourage you today. Continue to take steps in the direction of your faith. Don't let anyone derail you. Don't let anyone say things that throw you off your faith. I hope this has been helpful.